1998 Dodge Ram B2500. This is the van, and fortunately the that piece comes off, so you can get to it. Now, I've been on YouTube. I've got no spark. I've just replaced the distributor cap and the rotor arm. Some people call it the rotor button. We call it the rotor arm because it's like an arm. And still no spark. Now, I've checked the coil pack onto a spark plug from the main coil pack wire right there, and no spark. So I'm going to go back to Napa Auto and pick up a coil pack. They're about $15, and I'll tell you what, parts on this so far are cheap. Distributor cap was $20, rotor arm was about $9, and now here's something else I noticed on YouTube. People are talking about the crank sensor, which controls the fuel injection and the ignition timing. So if your vehicle is spluttering and coughing on startup, which this has done a couple of times, it could be the crank sensor. And apparently it pays to get one from Dodge and not just a generic replacement, because there's a guy on YouTube showed the difference between an OEM crank sensor and one he picked up from a parts store, and the one from the parts store is longer, meaning that it's rubbing on the crank. So it's good to see that video. Anyway, on most vehicles, especially Dodge, it's a job to get to that crank sensor. But on this, it's a piece of cake because it's right there. I don't know if you can see the two bolts right there. Let's twist this camera a little bit. See if I can get that down there. Try another angle here so you can see it. Right there. Those two bolts, ½ inch apparently. And that comes straight out. Now, if you've got like a Dodge Magnum, a car, or the pickup truck, that is a hell of a job to get to. But fortunately, if that is my issue on this, a couple of bolts, pull it out and replace it. And apparently they're not cheap, about $110 for that piece. But I'm hoping it's the coil pack, which is just a single piece on the front with a wire going to the bottom. And this thing's a 1998. It's done 250,000 miles. And I start it up every couple of days. It's not my daily driver. I have another vehicle, but I use it for business. Very handy to have a van. So alright, so I'll make another video. If that coil pack fixes this spark issue, I'll let you know about it. So the one good thing about this Dodge is that this whole lid comes off, and you can get to the whole lot. Look at that. Spark plugs might be a job getting toward the front, and I think they need replacing. And yeah, there you have it for now. I'll be back.